Ms. Noem is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations. I'm looking forward to being part of the work that this committee is going to be doing. And I appreciate all of you being here and being here for so long and lending us your expertise. I wanted to talk a little bit about trade in the process for getting trade agreements accomplished. But I wanted to reference a comment that was made earlier by a member of the committee that was interesting to me, because he talked about Republicans and people on our side of the aisle continuously running the same playbook: lower taxes, less regulation, not spending dollars, cutting spending, and how that isn't working and we need to change the play. Well, I come from the state of South Dakota. In fact, I represent the entire state of South Dakota. And so we have made some tough decisions in that state. I served in the legislature from 06 to 10, so I was there during the crisis when we hit such difficult times. We have become the #1 state in the nation to do business in, and we have done it by keeping our tax burdens low. We have a regulatory burden that is minimal and allows businesses to come into the state and to thrive and survive and keep our people to work. We have a low unemployment rate. In fact, we even have a constitutional requirement to have a balanced budget every single year, which I believe Mr. Johnson earlier was indicating might be a problem for a state to have something like that when it comes to tough times. For us, it works. We make tough decisions, and literally within a year or two, we can see our economy turn around and do very well. Our #1 industry is agriculture. And I've spent my life being a farmer and rancher and working very hard to increase not only my own businesses' opportunities, but also agriculture in South Dakota and across the nation overseas. And so I'm excited about the trade agreements that we have coming and the opportunities that that creates. But I also am kind of concerned about how the process goes down. Last year, the United States reached a record high in $152 billion worth of exports that happened when it came to that. But also, I see we have more opportunities, especially when it comes to agriculture products. And in history, they have given us some sticky points with countries when we've negotiated. Sometimes the hang-up to getting agreements done has been ag products. We've faced barriers when it comes to sanitary and phytosanitary issues and discussions that have gone on. I would like to ask you, TPA, when it comes to getting that, historically, when we look at previous trade agreements, has it been bipartisan? I'll reference Mr. Holtz-Eakin. Has it been a bipartisan agreement traditionally between Republicans and Democrats to give that type of authority to the president?
Yes, and honestly, it has also been, in many cases, tough, because there's skepticism not just on the left but on the right, and members have to work out their concerns in granting trade promotion authority. This has been a bipartisan power given to both Republican and Democratic presidents by Republicans and Democrats.
Mm-hmm. And then in that role, when TPA is being sought after from Congress, what is the role of the president? What do they become a proponent of getting that type of negotiation power so they can complete these trade agreements?
Yes. I mean, White House involvement in this process is essential. White House leadership is essential. On any large bipartisan initiative, you have to have White House leadership to be successful. And that's been a recipe, the Bush administration, Clinton administration.
So tell me what the near-term effects we could have if some of these trade agreements are wrapped up. TPP, the agreement that we have in negotiation now with the European countries. What are some short-term immediate effects we could see in the first 5 years of completing an agreement for that for our country? And then perhaps down the road, 10 years from now, what would the benefits see that we would have in this country?
Well, as with almost any beneficial economic policy, at a time when you're operating, below your potential, when we still have some people unemployed, we still have some factories and acreage lying idle, you put those to use, and that's a good thing, and it happens quickly. But there are finite benefits to that, though. Eventually, that impact goes away. And the larger impact, I think, is the ability to set standards, make sure that the standards, for example, in manufacturing in the U.S. and the codes used to identify compliance with standards are accepted internationally, and you're not missing from that negotiation. They're very durable then. You move the mix of your workforce into the attractive international opportunities, and you can pay them better. And that's why you have these sort of bonuses in export-related sectors in terms of pay. These are all very durable advantages to being engaged in trade and negotiating good trade agreements.
One of the comments or facts that I saw circulating around trade agreements and what they mean for our economy is that traditionally trade-related jobs pay more than non-trade-related jobs. Dr. Feldstein, would you care to comment on that and if that is true?
I believe it's true. I think it's very important as you move towards TPA, and you can't do a trade agreement without it, that you understand exactly what the other side is thinking about putting on the table, what we're hoping they're doing. My sense is that we're not looking at as robust a set of agreements in agriculture with the Japanese as you and I might like.
Thank you.